Washington again on the attack. It's knocked off the foot of O'Leary in the box. Back in the box, O'Leary knocks it out. Steele back there off the chest. Back now to Dillon, Mike Dillon. Played under Gordon Bradley, the coach of Washington with the New York Cosmos.
Dillon's a very solid defender. He did a commendable job with the Cosmos, and he's, again, a mainstay for the Washington defense 1978.
Shot is wide and will be a goal kick Philadelphia. 31 and a half minutes left to go in the first half.
I spoke to John Carberry, the GM of the Dips, and he has mentioned to me that they have torn up the field a little bit here with baseball action. They're supposed to have a new league here, but didn't show up because they were lacking funding, so you can see some of the grass shoot, and in fact the one right directly in front of the Fury goal, there's a lot of soft surface, so that's another problem for our defenders.
It was called the Freedom Baseball League, and they have teams in 4 cities in the Washington area and Virginia. Mostly college graduates who were not drafted in the recent baseball draft. Minor League Baseball is back in the Washington area already at Alexandria, where Mickey Mantle Jr. played for a short time. Of course, they used to have Major League Baseball here at RFK with the Washington Senators. They left town, I believe, in '72. Allen ball. Knocked out. Dillon again is there. So it will be a throw-in for the Fury. 1-0 Washington.
Fury has fallen into this type of a pattern for the entire season. They play well enough to take a lead, but do not capitalize, and consequently the other team comes back invariably, scores a goal, and now they must fight, and their backs are against the wall.
In the box, Osgood goes up for it, and he heads it, but it's wide, and Irwin is there. It's interesting to notice that the Fury is going in the air for the most part, while Washington is going on the ground.
I think they don't have anyone up front that has the size of Peter Osgood or Colin McCarty, so they're wise enough to say, let's keep it low, because Billy Straub and Colin Waldron are good in the air, so they're going on the floor. It's a wet surface, and they're trying to capitalize that way.
Ball is over the end line. Let's see who it's given to. It's a corner kick for Washington. Brooks Kreider throws his hands up in disgust.
Rightfully so. It was a bad decision on the part of the linesman. It should have been a 6-yarder for Fury.
This is Ray Graydon, played 7 years in the first division, the top division in England. He has 3 goals and 12 assists this season, which is 3rd on the Diplomats team. Little chip shot off ahead, Mokajoa.
That's a good corner kick. They play what they do. They play a short ball to the near post and try to flick it on, and almost successfully. So the Fury must be alerted to that. Either they must front that ball or get very tight and not allow the flick.
Waldron bringing the ball up now. To Brooks Kreider. And it's over the touchline. So it will be Washington ball once again. For Tuskich. Taken away by Glavin. Osgood. Back to Johnny Giles. Giles for Pat Byrne now on the right side, looking to go in the box. To McCurdy is in there. It's off a Washington head. Looked like Dillon got his head on it.
Now that was Ani Mikhailovich cleared it, but it was a good effort all around. Pat Byrne served the ball a good way away from the keeper and in-swinger, which is what needs to be done with this big goalkeeper, Irvin, who's very strong in the air, so he did that well.
Here it comes in the box again, and Irwin came out as Pat Byrne was there. Mokajoa now.
Kenny Mokajoa had the ball, and he's showing a little bit of dancing out there. He's capable of that. He has a lot of movement. He's scoring 7 games in 7 games. Also, enough confidence to do that kind of work.
27 minutes left to go in the first half. It's 1-0 Washington. Billy Strop pushing up, looking in the box. It's off a Diplomats player. Pat Byrne comes up, tries to keep it in. There's a whistle on the play, and there's a foul.
Pat Byrne tripping. They'll have to do that. They know that now. They must win this one to hang in there mathematically to get a playoff spot, so they have to go their road.
Whistle again on the play, and it looks like a foul on Washington. Johnny Giles with the ball. Over to Waldron. Looking for Osgood. He tries to get it up to McCurdy. It's headed. Pat Byrne racing for the ball now. Steele with a nice move. Just turning it right around on Byrne and sending it off to his left. Coming upfield, Washington. Nice little layoff. Here comes Tommy O'Hara. He has gotten behind Waldron. O'Hara looking in the box at own goal. It's knocked in by Kreider.
Totally on mark, no one is chasing him, and he's simply going to goal. And he gets into the box widely, and this is what it needs to be done. Continues to dribble, gets into the box, and he's going right at Keith McRae. McRae comes to put the angle. He drives the ball low and short. Brooks tries to save it and knocks it in. Brooks Strider knocks it into the net. It's an own goal.
So it is 2-0 Washington. 25 minutes left to go in the first half, and the Fury is in a deep hole again.
Two goals, unfortunately, for the Fury, and they're down with 24 minutes left, and this is going to be an uphill battle again.
And it's over the goal line, so it will be a goal kick for Washington. 2-0. We'll be back after this. Back at RFK Stadium. Washington ahead 2-0. There's Tony Glavine. Looking for Johnny Giles.
That's a great ball by Tony, switching direction and seeing some open space on the other side. Good thinking.
Giles now. Looking in the box. A little long for Osgood. Pierce O'Leary pushing up. He sends it in the box, but it's knocked away. And it is going to be a corner kick for Philadelphia's Cuss Hiddink. Hit it out. 23 minutes to go in the first half. Washington leading 2-0. Mocha Joe is scoring at 3:17 and an own goal. That means that Philadelphia knocked it in its own net at 19:16. Deflected off Brooks Kreider. Here comes the corner kick into the box, and it's knocked out by Dillon.
Well, Pete, let's see if we can get Philadelphia a little bit of luck here. They have been unlucky the entire year. Now on a wet surface, maybe they'll capitalize on something. This could be danger.
Mocha Joe. He got a little too far ahead of him, and Waldron was there. A foul on the play.
Kenny Mocha Joe applied a bit of a hip tackle. He's watching maybe too much American football, but Colin Waldron didn't like that and told him maybe in so many words, and Fury's going to take a direct kick.
Good old-fashioned elbow. He got the message, I think. Waldron, the biggest Fury player, weighing in at 180. He's over 6 feet tall. To Osgood. There's a foul on Mike Dillon. So he was going over the back of Peter Osgood. Allen Ball looking for Osgood. Osgood slips, and he's still down on the turf. Knocked away, but O'Leary is there. Ray Graydon is knocked back by Allen Ball now, and Keith McRae.
The Dips are playing with a lot of confidence. They have a 2-0 lead, and they're going to try to hold the ball. They're going to try to pressure. They're going to try to keep the ball, play possession. So it's going to be easy road now for them with that 2-0 lead.
O'Leary tackled on the play by Jimmy Steele.
And you can see the tackle he just applied, Jimmy. He did it almost at midfield, and normally we wouldn't ask anyone to do a sliding tackle at midfield, but because they have a 2-0 lead, they're taking some greater risks and chances.
Washington once again breaking up a Fury play. Bill Irwin with a 1.48 goals against average. He has played in 22 games this season. All 22 of the Washington Diplomats. Scraden. Now in the box looking for Mokajoa. He still has the ball. Now a shot by Bobby Stokes, and McRae is there.
That was deflected by Billy Straub, and just a soft thrower to Keith to pick it up and play it out to Alan Ball.
Brooks Schreider to Osgood. A little too much traffic in one area. Foul on Hiddink. Philadelphia ball. Glavin for Pat Byrne. Puts it over Tommy O'Hara. Takes the ball away from Hiddink. Byrne looking for McCurdy.
A bit too strong again because they're playing on the grass, and it's a wet grass, and the Fury is not totally used to this still with 19 minutes remaining. They've been playing on the AstroTurf. The ball runs differently on that turf versus the grass.
Be at the Vet next Tuesday when the Fury meets the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and get a coupon for a free Frosty from Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers. That's next Tuesday at the Vet. Alan Ball now to Giles. Pierce O'Leary. O'Leary, 18 years old, gets it up to McCurdy. Fury attack being stopped just inside the 35-yard line for the most part now by Washington. Since Washington scored the second goal, the Fury has really sagged offensively. Here's another shot, and it's high and wide.
They're willing to take those shots now, Pete. That was a 30-yarder, but nothing gained, nothing lost. Why not? Wet field, wet ball, something could go in there. I think the problem now is with the Philadelphia team, it's a muggy day, and Washington has applied a lot of pressure, and as a result got 2 goals, and now Philadelphia is struggling.
We'll be back right after this.
What does it take?
Back at RFK, 17 minutes left to go in the first half. Washington leading the Fury 2-0. Ken Mokajoa now tossing the ball to Carmen Marcantonio for a throw-in. Goes in. Straub loses it to Mokajoa. There's Waldron to knock it aside. Over to Pierce O'Leary on the left side. O'Leary coming up with the ball. Tony Glavin now. Just inside midfield. He pushes it off. O'Leary looking to go in the box. Johnny Giles looking for McCurdy. The ball still rolling in play, and it goes over the goal line, so it will be a goal kick for Washington.
I think Johnny Giles was trying to take a shot on goal, but the ball skidded off his instep and went wide and out of bounds.
Washington, as we mentioned, 12-10, the most penalized team in the league. They have more suspensions than any other team.
They play very aggressively, and then, of course, some of them like to be exhibitionists, so that doesn't help either, and that's just another penalty.
They could do this all night and sit on a 2-0 lead.
I think at halftime, Alan Ball, the player coach, will make some adjustments. He'll have to ask the defenders to come up a bit higher, pressure them earlier to win the ball, and see if they can get on board.
O'Leary sends it back to Keith McRae, who is not at fault at either of those goals.
No, not at all. He's done very well. He hasn't been tested that much, but both goals were point blank from near close range, and certainly not his fault.
Pat Byrne fighting for that ball, gets it Osgood a trap, and he is hit from behind. by Mike Dillon. He's having a word. He would like a yellow card on that for Dillon. A yellow card is a caution. And if a player is warned twice, he is out of the game, then he gets a red card. He's being talked to. Dillon is being talked to, but he's not getting a caution card. Allen ball now. Looking for Osgood. Irwin comes out of traffic. It's on the ground, but he covers it. And Irwin doesn't like Osgood coming over.
Irwin's protesting. He's saying Peter Osgood didn't play the ball. He played the man, and he's looking for a foul or a caution for Peter, but referee said play on and nothing serious here.
Peter was a bit upset at the last game and almost took a swing at somebody. Here's Mokojoa on a long ball. Knocked out nicely by McRae.
That was well done. He came out and he played as a field player, headed the ball to a defender, and very calmly, never panicked, just read the play and did it right.
When he's out of the box, he can't use the hands, right?
He cannot as a keeper. He can only use his hands within the penalty area or call the box as we do it in colloquial soccer.
Is that anything like United States soccer?
Well, the ball's round and the field's square, so I guess there's similarity.
Johnny Giles to Osgood. He puts it back. Ball loses it. Here's Mokojoa. Mokojoa serving it ahead, but Straub covers up. Marcantonio back to Steele.
We're going to see a lot of those back passes now because they're safe passes. They're not going to take too many chances with penetrating passes. They want to keep the ball and try to wear the young Fury team down.
The back line for Washington is way back. They're not going to push up too much.
Not at this moment. With a 2-goal lead, they want to play it safe because they are a contender in the playoffs and they want to take a shot at that Cosmos team again.
Waldron having a word with Graydon. Graydon was flailing away with his foot at Waldron after Waldron took the ball away from him. Pat Byrne looking through ball for McCurdy. He's racing, but Irwin is there.
Good idea on the part of Pat Byrne. Just again, the pace of the pass was a bit too sharp, and Irvin intercepted it.
In case you just joined us, Washington leading the Fury 2-0. 12 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Billy Straub. This is Tony Glavin now. Glavin, the leading scorer on the Fury team, with 4 goals and 2 assists. Straub racing against Vateskic. Gets around him, but it's over the touchline.